Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here at our Speak Up and Lead Talks, the place to be to have sexy and savvy conversations. And today I have a very special guest with me, Eveline Lonoce. Eveline is a business strategist. She helps people to set up their business, to get started as a startup, as an entrepreneur, and all those nitties and gritties that sometimes we get so confused and we don't know from where we have to start from. And Eveline comes from a family of entrepreneurs, and she has been in this journey for over 25 years. So this is something that comes natural to her. So we'll be able to hear what she has to tell us. And I met Eveline about a couple of years ago when she joined me first in one of my masterclass. Because even though she is working mostly behind the scenes, she knows how important it is to have a confident presence and a presence that represents your brand. So she came to my masterclass called Become an Awesome Speaker. And from there, Eveline joined me in a 3 months journey in one of my mentorship programs. And long story short, since then, we have been partnering and collaborating in several ventures and projects. And I had the pleasure to invite her, and she accepted to come and join me on the Speak Up and Lead Academy kickoff that will happen in Zurich next November 10th. You will hear more about that, but today we are focused on Eveline. Eveline, welcome to our talk.
Thank you.
So Eveline, I will make very easy for you. I will ask you very short questions, very brief questions, and you just have to elaborate on that and share spontaneously with the community. First of all, I would like to know if you have some special story or secret that about what you do throughout your journey as an entrepreneur, as guiding other entrepreneurs, something that you would like to share with the community that you think will bring value to them.
Thank you, Tulia, first for inviting me and having me here. A story. I usually, all of my consulting and business coachings, in the end, are stories, right? The overall in entrepreneurship and in startups, especially in startups, I usually work with men. And I like that very much because men, they set a goal and then just work. And then there is that huge new women in business, and how do we get successful, and how can we reach the top? And we cannot reach the top because we are women. Discussions around there. Partially all said, yes, it is difficult. And on the other hand, maybe women have to learn some stuff more than men already have. They have been longer in business, so they know how it works. They built the business world as they know best. And they did a great job. And now it's on us to just go there as well and be what we are on one hand and learn and adapt on other hand stuff that we just don't know yet. Like communication is one of them. And there are leadership and lots of things we still can learn, can improve, and can go on. That's not such a secret. It's just I want to encourage women not to stay around saying, we cannot reach that level, or because I am a woman, I cannot go into here and there. That's right. Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes it's just take action and find your way. And then you'll get there as well. It's a bit just take action instead of sitting there and say, I can't. That is the main secret I would like to share. Just do like one step, then the next, and then the next. And then suddenly you'll be there instead of just thinking so much, what can I and what can I not do? That's it. And I arrived at that point and that view because I am very much female, and in a sector I see needs very much improvement, and that is the softy part of every business that nobody wants to talk about. And that's the secret I am sharing with you. I'm working on a book, on a program, and the first time I will share it at our Speak Up and Lead Academy kickoff event in November. And yeah, let's talk about that maybe later on.
Wow, you let us all curious, even though I'm working with you on that. I still don't know the secret. That's great. And what throughout your journey, there are many things that sometimes are the unknown aspects, and that in our profession or and even personal behavior that sometimes we now looking back and you say, okay, if I just knew something that you didn't know, like unknown, or something that was untold to you or unforgettable. So you see, I'm using always this same letter to get started in this conversation. So I live with you.
Untold, unknew, what I would like to have known is maybe that kick that, yes, I can, that whatever you want to do, go and do it. So not this restriction that usually we get along the way when we grow up. Nobody did anything wrong, but they are there and we have to deal with them. At early beginning, I decided my life to go in a way I'm today grateful for, but at the same time, I restricted myself lots of times, and sometimes still do, because it's still there, this untold, just go and get it, and this go out and do and find your fortune, and not just find it, but create it yourself and use all the resources you have. I always used resources, and I did a lot in my life still. Yeah, it would have been sometimes a bit easier. Yeah, I would love to have that from the beginning, this understanding of go and do. Though I did, but go, do, and achieve, and that's okay for you. You are allowed to achieve something, and it's not just working and working day and night to just get barely. You're lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point, because while I was asking you, our brain is working, I was thinking here, and for me, the unknown was, I wish I would know that most successful people, while the majority of them, they are never 100% prepared before they get started. And many times, and this is a pattern that we women have so much, and there's a lot written about it, and we know this already, that we tend to wait too long. We want to have everything prepared before getting started. And for me, my unknown thing was like, if I just knew that I didn't have to have everything to get started, I would have started faster and maybe have done more. But anyway, now I know at least that. And the next one would be, what would be the learnings you would like to share with us? Because when you're working with people and when you're helping them to get started, to prepare themselves successfully as you do, there's always a self-learning there. Because there's a conversation, there's an exchange there, and I'm sure there even some of your own patterns or things that you believed before that it would be the best way of doing work in one direction, but after working with someone, you change your mind and say, well, I can also, or I should go to that direction. What would be a learning experience that you would like to share with us?
I need to go back a bit to explain better so you understand what I'm talking about. Is I have always been part of small companies. I have always helped growing them, and my place is organization and HR. At the beginning of a startup of a company, HR and organization is just one. Once the organization becomes bigger, you start putting in departments. And so when the company started growing, and either I changed then again to a smaller one, or I was part of this journey a bit longer, I have seen the company usually started to put regulations and handbooks and processes and regulations in place when it came to managing people, which is okay and is needed. But the more we put processes in place, the more we just disconnected us from just normal human interactions. So the processes and the guidelines are needed, and it's great. They just do not put in that part that humans have, mainly the part of being human. And behavior and interactions cannot be regulated. Yeah, every employee is a unique human being, and that is why I also like to do the work I do now. And working with individuals and make them understand it is you, and your company and your business will be you as well. From the beginning, you can learn and develop, and that's great, but in the end, it's that. And that is actually what I want to give to people, but also comes back to me. Yes, it's the learning that when I look at these amazing people that just want to do something, and when they get it and they do their first step and the next and the next, and they're so full of energy and motivation, it always gives back to me as well to see, yes, right, that is how it is. Even though when I am going down with my motivation, it has been a tough day, and then maybe someone comes back and says, oh, Eveline, I just implemented that. It was so great. Thank you so much. And then you feel like energized yourself, not just because you could help them, but because you see it works. Yes. And yeah, once more and more, I get those, I see people starting, not just people I work with, others too. It's just so amazing. And it gets me every time the kick as well to, yeah, listen, just go on. Don't stop here. That is another tendency I see. That is a difference, that men are more like, we just go, we set our goal and then we go. And women are more like, oh yeah, but maybe it doesn't work. Maybe that's not the right path. That's a bit the difference, even though obviously you can find all behaviors with all, I would not like to put them into polarity, but it's more that I have to say, go on. So I am affected as well to maybe stop, or in the middle, asking myself, am I on the right direction? And then when someone comes back and just did their things, it just gives me back again. Yeah, I am right. I just need to go on, right? I cannot stop after 2 steps and just say I came and I am on top of the mountain. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yes, this the feedback. No, it is the feedback of the learning process, of the journey, because everything is a journey. It doesn't happen from one day to another, and we go learning. To be open to go learning as we go through the journey, right? And when you say sometimes, I mean, man, I know I don't want to polarize as well, and I try to avoid, but certain things we have to refer to. Let's put it that way. We refer to understand our differences, because we are different, but we both have our strengths. There's sometimes, even when people in general, they are so focused, being focused is a good thing, but sometimes they are too focused on the sense that they don't see what's happening throughout the journey. And that is, I think there are moments for doing that to be completely laser focused, and that's what I'm going to do no matter what. We do have those moments as well, but I do believe that it's important to have a broader view around us, and to be able to go collecting information throughout the journey as well. So that's awesome. And now our last question. And of course, what are the takeaways? What would you like to share with the community? Something very special or a secret? But in your takeaway message to them, besides that you're going to tell them that they should be at the Speak Up and Lead Academy kickoff in November, something else.
Something else, yeah, sure, absolutely. My topic is putting together the resources. Yeah, it's human resource, and focusing on the human side, I have discovered, and it's plainly visible out there, that we are in an age, I call it the age of amazing opportunities. Everyone can become everything, more or less. At least that is what is told to us. And then still we find each other stuck somewhere or not taking action somewhere else. And in my book and in my program that is being announced in November with Julia, I just would like to share that piece, that we use resources like logical thoughts that just give us the facts, the procedures, the logic. It's all there. We have that. We are born with it. That's it there. Some more developed as others, but doesn't matter. We have the resource, and we have the resource body. We have our body, no matter how it functions, somehow it functions so that the brain can be contained somewhere, and the rest of our organs as well. What we also have, and to never use as a resource, is emotions. Yes, I know. Now everyone comes in and say, yeah, we do use resources. We have communication, we need resources. In marketing, we need resources. Yeah, right. All right. It's dealing with resourcing or using them. But let's be honest, sometimes something just pops up when you don't want it to pop up. To be insecure in a meeting, or to fall in love when you don't have time, or the other way around, it falls down when you would like to be in love or to be a partner. Whatever it is more, it is shifting on one side. And on the other side, I still see there is confusion when it goes about emotions. And it is our resource. And not using it as it should be used, namely as an ally, as our body and as our brain is, to just melt together with what we are. It's waste. It's waste of lifetime and life energy. And we can reintegrate that. And that is a message, the takeaway message I would like to give you all. Emotions are important. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but they can also not be trained. It's not the emotion that can be trained, because we have it in any case, it's there. But what we could train is our relationship with it. And that's the difference. Not finding, let's say, a strategy how to deal with what pops up, but maybe going underneath and finding the relationship. And then this ally will be as sharp, as clear, will be an indicator as much as our thoughts and our body is. And then we are perfect all together in balance, and we have used all we have to use. It's there in any case, so at least we should take it into consideration. That's my message to the outside world. More of it at the kickoff event, and more of it when the book is out.
Well, I love what you said that there, Eveline. I never thought about that, having your emotions as resources. I talk about emotions in my trainings as well, because being a Brazilian, like you say, is interesting, because you're being Swiss, you talk about lack of, meaning not showing your emotions so often, and I have to talk about not showing your emotion too much. And but you said that in a very good way of finding, taking your emotions as resources and making them to become an ally to empower you even further. That is a very good one that I got it for myself. Message got it. And now I believe I have to thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming to become part of the program of the Speak Up and Lead Academy. For the ones who don't know about it yet, I will have all the links here, all the information, and also the direct contact to Eveline. You can ask her all the questions you want. And let's keep talking. And thank you very much, Eveline, again for being here. And thank you for being this journey with me, and for believing in what I'm creating, but we are creating together. And let's see each other again in another session of the Speak Up and Lead Talks, the place to be for sexy and savvy conversations. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.